What is up everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I will be doing a deck of the build that I brought to last weekend's shop battle. I went 4-0 with this deck, good enough for first, and this is a variation on the Unicorn Blockers build that I brought last week. In this build, I replaced the Unicorn package with Gundam Aerial Rebuild. In this video, we'll first go through the deck and we'll use the deck against the Wing Table bot just to get a feel for it and test out some play patterns and lines. So going through the deck, for the early game, we have 10 cards, 3 Zowort, 4 Lfriths, 3 ReZELs. In this iteration of the deck, I changed my last build and dropped down to 3 Zowort and moved up to 4 Gundam Lfrith. The reason is, I've seen a lot of green-white Operation Meteor decks running around, and Lfrith, with its 4 HP, can survive Wing Gundam Zero's board wipe effect, which only deals 3 damage. Additionally, during testing, I found that there were times that I wanted to get some early pressure on the board, meaning I wanted to attack their shield area early. Zowort, while being a very good defensive unit, cannot do this, so I replaced it with another very good defensive unit, Lfrith, which can attack the shield area. As for ReZELs, I didn't change much from my previous build. Still 3, it's a good 4-3 body early to clear out the EX base and get some early pressure that can even stand on its own in the mid-range and can exchange with other 4 HP mid to late game units. Level 4, we have 2 Granddaddy Gundams. No explanation needed for this. This is a very good unit for clearing out early opposing units. If paired with an Amuro Ray, it can rest an enemy unit and attack it, allowing you to dictate the trades in your favor. Level 5, we have the standard package of 4 Aile Strike and 4 Perfect Strike. These are just the best blockers in the game. Aile Strike in particular allows you not only to defend yourself, but gain a potential tempo boost by bouncing opposing enemy units, which I found in the last tournament was a very good way to pivot from being the defensive player to being the beatdown player. At level 6, we have the main change in the deck. We have 3 copies of Gundam Aerial Rebuild. When paired, this allows you to choose 1 command card that is level 5 or lower from your trash and return it to your hand. This build is very grindy. It aims to get into a state where you and your opponent are trying to get the best trades on the table. With this in the deck, any pilot you have, you can consider as a potential draw command. This deck runs 4 Overflowing Affections and 4 A Show of Resolves. If you have this in your trash and you play out a Gundam Aerial Rebuild, and you pair any pilot with it, you can return one of these card draw commands to your hand, which is a very powerful play to fill your hand up with gas in the late game, when you and your opponent are just trying to go over the top of each other. Additionally, being level 6, Gundam Aerial Rebuild doesn't get hit by the ubiquitous Wing Gundam Zero's board wipe effect. And at level 7, we have 2 copies of Freedom Gundam. Pretty standard for a Freedom Blockers build. For bases, we have 4 Archangels. These are just the best bases for blocker-based builds. For pilots, we have 11, 4 Amuro Ray, 4 Yamato, and 3 Suletta Mercury. Amuro Ray is a very versatile utility pilot in this deck. First, it can link with your Granddaddy Gundam, allowing it to attack the turn it enters. Second, it allows you to rest an enemy unit with 5 or less HP, giving you the ability to choose which unit your units can attack into. And in the endgame, this can also pair with Gundam Aerial Rebuild and bring you back a card draw command. Similarly, Yamato is a standard inclusion in Freedom Blockers builds. It just links with all our good blockers, debuffs enemy units, allowing you to get favorable trades. Finally, 3 Suletta Mercury. They are primarily here to link with Gundam Aerial Rebuild, and in a pinch, pair with a blocker, boosting its HP by 2, making it even harder to deal with. And for commands, we have 10. We have the aforementioned Overflowing Affections and A Show of Resolves, and additionally, we have 2 Striker packs. These are a good defensive command. In the early game, you can play this one out, get your choice of blocker stats, and in the end game, if you need an extra body, you can recur it using Gundam Aerial Rebuild. The event was 4 rounds. In the first round, I faced a red-white combo-ish build that revolves around Buster Gundam and the support ability. So basically, its units needed to be supported or needed boosts in their AP to get some strong abilities going. In the end, it was more of an experimental build on my opponent's part. I was just able to outvalue them because without combos, their units were just behind in AP and HP compared to my units. So they needed more cards to get their deck going, while I only needed to drop a 4/4 block. In the second round, I faced the mirror with a blue-white Freedom Blockers build with a couple of aerials as well. It was a very grindy match, but in the end I pulled through because my opponent decided to discard their Gundam aerials early in the game while they were playing Overflowing Affection. I think it was because I managed to gain board control early and they were looking for cheaper units to at least defend their position. And at that point, maybe aerial rebuild was a bit slow. However, I think it ended up costing them the game because we eventually reached the end game and I still had my aerial rebuilds, allowing me to refill my hand with cards. In the third round, I faced Blue-Green Zeon Rush with Wing Gundam Zero for their top end. They used blue just for card draw. I did just see for a show of resolves. Maybe they had other pilots and tricks up their sleeves, but I never got to see it. I did not expect that they had Wing Gundam Zero for their top end, but I did smell something when they attacked a 3-2 into my rested Gundam Lfrith. Under ordinary circumstances, I would just have let that happen because I would be thinking that that would be in my favor. They will need another card to get rid of Lfrith. But then I got to thinking that they might have a way to ping it for the last bit of damage because they were running blue. So I just decided to block the 3-2 attacker with one of my Zoworts. To my surprise, they played out a Wing Gundam Zero after that, and fortunately, my Lfrith survived. So Lfrith with a good showing there, surviving the sweeper and allowing me to continue pressuring my opponent's shields. Finally, in round 4, I faced another blue-white deck, but this time they were running the Unicorn package. And in that match, Aile Strikes were the MVPs. I drew 3, and I drew 3 Kira Yamatos, and I was just able to get such a huge tempo advantage and quickly pivoted to being the beatdown player. By the time they were able to play out their Freedom Gundams, I already had like 5 units on board, and they were down to 2 shields. So given that, let's test out this deck using Wing Table, going against the bot. And just remember, the bot is not that good, so it will probably make some less than ideal plays, but it will be good enough for us to test out some lines. So here we are with the first match. We are playing against Red-Blue Pingers. I think this is the deck that won the Gen Con event. And looking at our hand, we don't have any early plays, so based on my mulliganing rules, this is a mulligan. Hopefully we get one early play in the top of our deck. So we did not, but we did get 2 Overflowing Affections, which is good because we are going second. We can immediately play this out and massage our hand some more, hoping to get a level 3 card. And we did. So for now, I will probably just discard Show If Resolve because we do have another one and another Overflowing Affection, and we probably need our pilots and our units. So I'll be playing this with the mindset that we don't know what our opponent's playing yet. So my strategy would be to get to the board as early as possible. So now they play out a gym, and we get the impression that they are playing an aggressive style deck. So let us just play out our Lfrith and end the turn. So they swing. We have the option to block. If I think that this is a blue-red pinger deck, I will be fine to block with Lfrith because 2 HP will be left on its 4 total. And they will need 2 pingers to get rid of it. And so they played out a red unit, so now it's probably more clear that they are playing some sort of pinger strategy. So here what I can do is just play out Striker Pack as a 2/4 blocker. But before that, I will probably play out Overflowing Affection just to see what's up. We do need to fill our hand with units, and unfortunately, currently we are flooded with pilots. We will probably discard. If I'm thinking they're a blue-red pinger deck, I'll probably be discarding Kira for now. I kinda want Amuro Ray's rest ability to control the trades. So let's just play out a 2/4 Launcher Strike, just to get as much HP as we can on the board. Next turn, if we don't draw a unit, we do have a draw 2 card. So they play out Granddaddy. Let's see. Oh, they have Amuro Ray. Alright. Oh, okay. So they choose to trade that. No, I will not block. They could have gone with Granddaddy here. So Granddaddy gets in there, clears our shield. I don't want to block it. Alright. So now the problem is they have 5 AP to our 4 to our 2, so we cannot effectively reach it to clear. So what I will do, I think, is I will just play out an Archangel first. Add a shield to hand. So not too good of a draw. So what we can do now is we can probably play out Kira, swing in here, debuff it by 2, deal 4 damage to it, leaving it with 1 HP. Then on their ensuing turn, they can either swing back and clear our 2/4 unit, but also dying in the attempt, or just swing for our base and heal 2, and hopefully they cannot clear our unit with another thing. They probably won't be able to clear it with pings unless they have 2 pingers in their hand. As an alternative, I can possibly just draw 2 with a show of resolve. See my next 2 cards and consider my options a bit more. I guess, yeah, I will go for that. So let's play a card. Draw 2, and we still have 1 resource left. Okay, so next turn we will be at level 5. Even if we use our resource here, we can still play out Aile Strike, but our original plan was to play out Kira, which would leave us nothing to link with Aile Strike later. So what I think I will do is just end the turn and just hold my position and just get revenge on the crackback. So let's not block. Let them clear our base, which is fine, and see what they play out. Another Gundam. Okay, perfect. So they did not ping us with anything. So what I will do now is play out Aile Strike, play out Kira, bounce their Granddaddy, now I do have the option of playing out Amuro on my Launcher Strike. Yeah, okay then. That's what I'll do. I will swing in here, reducing their AP by 2, leaving 2 HP on my Aile Strike, getting it relatively out of range of their pingers. Then I will play out Amuro on my Launcher Strike, rest this, swing and clear it, and still have 2 HP left as well. So our play of drawing 2 first and seeing the result paid off. So now they do play a Unicorn. They still have a ways to go to get to 12 cards in their trash. So we are probably relatively safe. So what we can do now is... Okay, so we did draw a Granddaddy. So what we can do now is play out Granddaddy, play out Amuro. So this is why I was saving Amuro. rest this, clear that with this one. This has done its job. Swing in with our Granddaddy, clear out their base. And let us swing in with Aile Strike as well. And just reduce this. The reason is I would like to pivot to being the beatdown at this point. So they will have the choice of either using this to clear out my Aile Strike or going for my shields. So I will make the choice harder by deploying another unit. Let's see what they do. So they chose to clear it. That's fine. They play out the Gundam that we bounced earlier and another ReZEL. Okay, so they do get to clear that, which is good. But on the return, we do get to play out Suletta. So now we see the power of aerial rebuild. So return a show of resolve, I think. Then swing in here, clear that, set a resource as active, clear their base, and give them the choice of going for our aerial or going for our shields, or possibly even Granddaddy and paying it later. But now we do have the board advantage, so let's play out a base. And perfect, we did get overflowing affection. Let's use that to improve our hand. Okay, at this point, what do I want to do? Which do I want to bin here? I feel like we kinda want as many large units as possible from now on, so I will just let go of a show of resolve because we still do have another one, and end the turn. Let's see what they do. They play out another base. Granddaddy. Okay, they're cooking here. All right, so they can clear both our units. Oh, they clear the base. Interesting. Okay. That is fine too, because we do have a... Alright, so our choice to discard a show of resolve paid off. So we do have a Freedom Gundam to play out here. Play out Kira. Rest this. Reduce this by 2 AP, and the world is basically our oyster, and swing in and clear this. And we will repair at the end of our turn, and let's just play out a show of resolve and see what we get. Okay, so we did get a show of resolve and a perfect strike Gundam. So I will continue with our current strategy. Just let this go and play out 2 large units next turn. And let's end the turn, and Granddaddy will repair. And we are totally in the driver's seat now. Okay, Kshatriya, if they have Marida, that would be good for them. Okay, they swing in here. I will definitely block. No Marida. Alright, now we probably want to play... No, attack here first. Just clear things. Attack there. Alright, they got Amuro Ray, which should be fine. Amuro Ray is what? He's a new type. He doesn't link with this and does nothing, okay? So let's play this out. And since they have an Amuro Ray, we kinda don't want to expose our Perfect Strike Gundam, so let's just draw 2. And end the turn. I don't want to pair Suletta here because we might still draw another rebuild. So there they cannot rest anything. They're gonna go for which card here? Yeah, I think that's fine because we can't really block with freedom on that. Yeah, that is fine then. Oh, cancel. Let the trade happen. And next turn we'll just overwhelm them with all our large units. See, this guy is out of range of their pings. Let us just play out 3 huge blockers here. Clear their base. And clear their last shield, and that should be the game. Yep, they have nothing, and I don't think there's anything that can get them out of this. Yeah, sure, no, I won't block. Sure. And we'll get in for the last hit next turn. Right. Okay. So we saw there the power of aerial rebuild because we were able to get back a card draw command when we needed it, and we were also able to consider discarding our card draw commands because we know that we can get it back anytime we have the aerial rebuild. So having that flexibility is really a plus to this build. Alright, so in this match, we are going against the Freedom Blockers build I ran last week. That was using the Unicorn package. And looking at our hand, we are going first. And we do have a Gundam Lfrith and an Overflowing Affection. So we should be good to go. No mulligan. Alright, good. We did get a ReZEL as well, so let's pass. So now they played out a Zowort, so we know that they are a defensive deck. So let's play out a Overflowing Affection. What do we want to get rid of here? In this matchup, I kind of don't want to get rid of my pilots because they will come in handy in dictating trades. So Kira for debuffing, Amuro for choosing my attacks, Suletta for buffing our blockers, and all of them for pairing with aerial rebuild. So what I will do here is just let go of the Zowort because we do have ReZEL and Lfrith in hand. So end the turn. So they play out their own Overflowing Affection. Alright, great. We got another pilot, so that will offer us a lot more flexibility later. And let's just pass the turn. Okay, what we can do is just keep playing things out. This one I will probably play as a 4-2. Just to be able to possibly trade with their larger units next when they come out, right? Okay, so they do play out their Amuro Ray. Let's see if they do something. Okay, so they decided to just go for a 2-1 trade in our favor. So we will not use a blocker against that. It's fine. Again, the AI doing AI things. Let's see their follow-up. Nothing. Okay, so now we are the beatdown now. So let's play out. Okay, so good. We can even use all our resources this turn. Let's play out a show of resolve. See what's up. Maybe we can play a larger 2-drop. No, so let's play out Zowort. Clear out their base here. And just wait for their move next turn and clear out another shield. So we are kind of getting flooded with pilots, but that should be fine. They will help us get good trades down the line. They'll probably play an Aile strike. Oh, they don't have an Aile strike? Oh, just a perfect strike. Okay. And Akira. All right. There we go. So it swings in there. So what I will do is probably just... Yes, block with Zowort. Deal it 3. And just attack it with Lfrith on the crackback. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's attack with Lfrith here. What we can do is play out Aile Strike. Question is, do we want to expose our ReZEL right now? It won't clear the base anyway, so let's just leave it active and just pass the turn. Hopefully we can draw a aerial rebuild. Get a card draw command back to our hand. Okay, so they play out their Unicorn Swing. I do not want to block it. I will let them have my EX base. So what I can do here now is... Right, level 7, we can play out Freedom. Link it, debuff this once, swing into it, debuff this twice, and just get minimal damage on our Freedom. And just double swing into their base. So now they have an open lane. They can decide to clear one of our units or our shields. Let's see what they do. They'll probably go for... Oh, that. Huh. Interesting. Good choice. Okay, they play out our Lfrith with a Bandager Lynx, huh? Alright. Alright, here's what we can do. We can play out a Bandager here first, right? Swing in there. Offer the trade. Or not trade. Oh, they still blocked. So, okay. I guess it's in our favor then. Let's just then play this one out. Return this. Swing in to their shields. That will be a 6. That will be a 6 AP unit on the crackback. So what we can probably do is just wait then and end the turn. Let's see what they do. Okay, so they play out white base. Aile Strike, right? What do they swing into? Right? Let's not use a blocker for this, no. All right. So now we can go for a show of resolve first, which is a good draw. Okay, great. So let's play out. This is down to 1 HP, right? We can probably go for... We can play this and this at the same time. If they swing, they'll probably subtract here. Yeah, and we'll have to trade it with another thing. We can even pump this, swing, or just swing in here, right? Yeah, we can just probably swing in here, clear it out. Because we can't play this, we can't play this either. Or what we can do is just even play this one out here. Attack here, debuff it, clear it, and survive. And then just simply play these two out, right? Yeah, I didn't want to play either of these because those plays will just bounce their Aile strike, allowing them to attack again. So let's just stay with this. Let's see what they do. Okay, so they just play out the ability and pair it with Manager. Okay, so now they see, that's what I didn't want to do earlier. They had to bounce my perfect strike. All right, so here we go. Let's get card advantage, shall we? Swing this, turn this, swing here, set the resources active. They block that. Great, we survive. So we do this now. We play this out, return that, swing in here, debuff that, and basically we are just way ahead on the board and in the number of shields damaged. So hopefully this next shield doesn't burst. And at this point, a good offense is the best defense. They'll, if this were a human player, they will probably be scrambling to get rid of all my units, which they probably can't realistically. So even though we're wide open, our shields are basically untouchable, because if they don't deal with all of these, they will lose next turn. And that's fine. They do have a shield. If we actually draw a Granddaddy Gundam next turn, we can still link it with one of our Amuros. And nothing actually does anything here anymore. So what we can do is just play out Amuro here, rest, swing in. Yeah, so that's the power of Amuro. It's also doubles as a command to rest your opposing units. Yes, and then we got it. Alright, so there you have it. This was the build that I took to last weekend's shop battle. I went 4-0. Overall, this is a very grindy build that can, through aerial rebuilds, recursion ability, can overpower your opponents in the end game. So the name of the game is to survive until the mid game, then grind until the late game, and when you are just trading 1-for-1, a paired aerial rebuild can help refill your hand with gas by recurring one of your draw 2 commands, or even add a body to the board by recurring striker pack. So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts about the build. I would like to play this deck against Operation Meteor some more. I would like to also increase the number of aerial rebuilds if possible and see if that runs better. But in any case, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.